traditionally, when we marketed ourselves, we went to traditional media. You know, great, I got in front of 200 million people. You know how many of these things have never been referenced online? Do you know you can't find when US News called me a guru of my generation? You know you can't find when Cosmo called me the career doctor? You know you can't find when 17 magazine said I was like the best person for teens to figure out their life and everything? Like you can't see when the Minister of Education in Australia came to see me speak at some big conference there. You can't find any of that stuff because traditional media is not always put online, and anything that you did in the past most likely is not archived. It is your job to build, to take that package, take all that stuff. It was a monstrous task for us this year, I've got to say, and I thank to God Monique, who works with me, for gathering 15 years of media exposure, photos, videos, blogs, radio interviews, everything, and creating JenniferKushell.com. You want an example? It's not the best thing we've ever done or the best thing we've ever seen, but it's pretty damn good. And we had to take a shot at it, and we had to do it. So when you Google me, trust me, you'll see my YSN Projo, you'll see JenniferKushell.com, you'll see all the books, you'll see all this stuff. It is critical. But this is not enough anymore. Go get in all the biggest media out there in the world, and you are missing the vast majority of people now because what's happening with traditional media? They're declining. They're shrinking. They're firing people. They're cutting the sizes of their publication. Not only are the opportunities less, but there are so many citizen journalists, so many people. I was twittering from Robert's thing this morning, just like Alan is. Half of you or many of you might be online saying, hey, I'm going to this conference, or I saw a speaker today, or whatever it is. We all have the capability to be journalists now and to promote people and to promote the things that we're doing and share our life experiences. And Web 2.0 is the way that we do it. How many people are familiar with this concept? Anyone confused about the term? They've heard it a lot, but they don't totally know. Just to reinforce, it's important that you guys understand what Web 1.0, what Web 2.0 means. We're in Web 2.0 right now, moving into 3.0. Web 2.0 is why the world has changed so dramatically. It's why technology has changed everything. If you're lost or frustrated with how fast technology is moving and you haven't caught up, this is why. Here's the concept. Web 2.0, it was coined in 2004. It's the next generation, second generation, web-based services. We used to have brochures online, in the 90s and in early 2000s. Now, social networking sites, wikis, communication tools, emphasizing online collaboration and sharing. The fact you can send up photos with Flickr, the fact that you can build a social network on MySpace, the fact that any of us can take a video, like the flip video. Monique, look at this. Do you see that little orange thing? Costco, 110 bucks. You can take an hour of video on it, and their little stick pops out of the side, pop it into your computer, and it's up online. That's how easy video is now. Video, one of the best ways to market yourself, because it's live, it's real. You can hear your clients. You can see your activities. You can see what you're doing. That's the coolest thing. All of these things, Skype. How many people have tried to make international calls lately? Have you ever, do you use regular phone or Skype? Do you remember what your phone bills were when you didn't? Yeah. You remember? I had a $700 phone bill 1 month when I was a college student from calling all over the world. When I was in Ireland last December, I think I put $5 onto Skype. And I have called like 20 countries and spent all this time, and I keep waiting for the $5 to run out. And now I talk to people in Romania, and all of a sudden my camera lights up, and it's like, oh, there's Giannis. Hi, Giannis. Have you met Dimitris? No. We've emailed. Turned the computer. Hi, Dimitris. Face-to-face meetings now, all because of Skype. Look at these technologies. If you don't know them, start to use them. Start to get familiar with them. Another great thing to brand yourself, Wikipedia. If you have a Wikipedia listing, it's very hard to get, but if you can get that, huge. Your online identity is critical now. A year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago, I could give you a brochure. I could send you to my website. I give you business cards, the traditional stuff. Like a year or two later, this is my online identity. The resume's like just dead. That's my website. You can see my media, my books, my speaking, contact, all that stuff. Twitter, YSN Jen. Want to find me? YSN Jen. Boom, you could be friends with me. We could be talking tonight. You want to know every time I'm speaking somewhere? Boom. You want to know what Robert Kiyosaki said to me at dinner last night? I Twittered about it. Trust me. Love it. But your description, you don't have a lot of space. This is still a challenge for me. But what I put, it has your name, your location, your website, what you do, your books, whatever, how many people are following you. I need to hang out with Alan more because I'm still low on my Twitter numbers. But Facebook, you're constantly branding yourself. Huffington Post, if you start writing articles, if you're an expert in anything, or advice or experiences or anything, start writing articles. If you can write, get your byline. You Google me, regardless of all the work that I've done to brand myself online, Huffington Post comes up like first. Because Huffington Post is like the #1 online blog in the world. Okay, thanks. All right, so start to think about your online identity. Critical. If you want to learn about online and you don't know it, learn from the experts. They might be the people who are sequestered in your house, running up your cell phone bills, playing video games on Wii all day long, listening to their iPod and text messaging or text messaging 45 times in the middle of meetings and things like that. The kids, they could be 5 years old, 7 years old, 15 years old, 25 years old. You want to know about new media, ask the kids in your life. Odds are they live with this. Because you know what? If you're above a certain age, maybe in your 30s, you had to, 30s up, you had to adopt technology. Remember? I remember the green screen, the systems operated manual. This is a mouse. This is a dot matrix printer. You want to play a video game and you have to learn to run like this, Remember the Olympic game with the stick figure that would run, but you had to go like this? It was practice for the BlackBerry. But so, you want a website? Get a kid to do it. You want to learn? You want to get on Twitter? Get your nephew to put it up for you. Mona, Robert Kiyosaki's, publicist, didn't know how to use her iPhone. She was trying to learn from her niece. She asked my girls who work with me. They showed her in 2 seconds. She's getting cool. She's getting hip. But you don't need to hire Geek Squad to come in to teach you this stuff. You can learn with the kids. One of my Twitter friends, this guy, Brian Solis, I've never met him. He has this brilliant, brilliant site called Web 2.0, or a blog. You want to learn about media in the Web 2.0 world? I say this in networking because when you look at the kids and look at how they're constantly connected, think about how many friends you have and how many friends they have. How many people in this room have 50 friends? How many people? Keep your hands up if you have 100 friends. What if you have 1,000 friends? How many people have 10,000 friends? They do. Some of them have thousands and thousands of people following them when they're 15 years old, when they're 20 years old. You know why, what is it? Sean Fanning, Napster? You know why he changed the entire music industry? The entire way we don't go to Tower Records anymore to buy a record. We don't buy CDs anymore. We download them. You know why? Because Sean Fanning broke the mold. Major advertisers, the biggest advertisers in the world who spend hundreds of millions of dollars branding themselves every year in magazines and on television, had to change the rules because some kid named Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook. And now the best way to reach young people in the world is there. Now it's not even young people, it's everyone. You want 200 million people, you go to MySpace or you go to Facebook. They changed the rules. The rules are changing dramatically. You want access, you want to start a business, launch something, start a new product. This is what the online world looks like.